going to go through the recap of last session, and then we're going to introduce our player characters and our players who play them, and then we're going to get into adventure, and we're going to see what happens. I am tired and ill-prepared, so we're just going to shake the brain tree and see what falls out. On that note, as of last time, we find our heroes in in the Goblin lands, the Goblin territories, just having made a deal with a Morigna, a giant raven-esque monster. But before we got there, we started at the edge of Bisclavre territory. Our party was divided, but they reunited and went to meet the xenophobic Baron of the Bisclavre borderlands, Lord Ashton Bennett. Adris charmed Lord Ashton and convinced him to send mercenaries to the Baron Meldgard for his crusade against the Chevernace in the north. The Rabbit Guard captain Lily was first very suspicious of the party and specifically began hounding the doctor. She accused of witchcraft. The doctor combated this ignorance with knowledge and began to teach her the subtle ways of his magics, and she was intrigued and decided to follow them north into the Phaelen lands. And you guys were heading there to discover the site of Harma's disappearance, partly as the end of the long pilgrimage that Colette has been making, and partly as a way to find entrance into the Goblin lands where you believe the lost Rinaldi sword is being kept. When you find the place, the spot, you are ambushed by goblins, but instead of fighting them, you managed to talk to them and convince them to take you to their leader, which they do. You enter the Goblin territories and find in a cliff wall a cave entrance into what appears to be sort of a large makeshift forge run by a Morigna, a super, super big goblin named Hammerwing. Hammerwing has a collection of Calabrese weapons hanging from his ceiling by strings, and when you talk to him and ask him about the Rinaldi blade, he finds it among his collection and plucks it down and agrees to give it to you if you will destroy a druid's curse that is preventing the Morigna, the goblins, from passing through into Calabria at will through this particular portal. And Anushka agrees to on her honor, and so he gives her the Rinaldi sword. And those were the broad strokes, so let's go around and introduce everybody and get started. And we can start today by introducing Arkloyd. Arkloyd, tell us about your character.
Hello, I'm Arkloyd. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm rambling. You know what you're doing, so take it away.
I'm Arkloyd, he, him. My character is Connor Laverne de Egravis, he, him, the Brazen Raccoon Knight. His motto is one hand washes the other, and he is currently completely out of goals.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because I think we do have at least one goal. Let me see.
I have 2 listed.
Yeah, we should have 2. So the goals that I have are remove the necromantic circle in the Rothos Mountains and remove the druid curse that guards the gates to Calabria from the goblins. I'll paste them into the chat so you can copy paste.
Thank you.
Okay, but next up we've got Griffin.
Yep, I'm playing the anonymous Almadillo Almoner. Say that 5 times fast. He has an evangelical personality, and first do no harm, second get paid. That's his motto.
What's a motto?
What's the matter with you?
Thank you. And next up we've got Rafferty.
Dear, see if I can find stuff. Hey! Hello world, I'm Norman Rafferty, he, him. And today I am playing Anushka, the Microbat Messenger. My motto is know no fear and serve with joy.
All right. And we've got Theta with us as well.
Address guard, guerrilla dilettante, bard, rake, procure merchant, leader of the Grummet gang, personality proud, motto of strength and guile, and those 2 goals.
Excellent, excellent. So, for the sake of expediency, I will tell you all that upon making this bargain with Hammerwing, you are... Sorry, there goes my voice. Okay, let's try that again. Upon making this bargain with Hammerwing, you are told that one of his goblins will lead you back to the thin part of the woods, although he apologizes because there is no guarantee of transference. This is part of the reason why having a gate is so important to them. Basically, their worlds collide in certain areas at certain times of the month, but it is unclear when or where those areas are going to occur, essentially. So he says that it may be some time, but perhaps if you move quickly, the spot that you came through will still be accessible. Do you have any other business that you wish to take care of within Goblin territory?
I want you guys to come back out, and I'm 70 years old.
Oh no.
Yep.
I've been waiting for you!
You come back out and Adris is the new king of Calabria.
That's the Ironclaw fighting game?
I like it. That's good. The Ironclaw tournament.
Oh, I was thinking
There
Streets
can
of
be
Rage.
only one.
I was thinking Streets of Rage, Ironclaw, King of Calabria.
Nice.
Right. Well, I can't think of any other business. So I suppose that probably is it. Unless we were going to, like, recover Harmon's body or something.
Well, Harmon's body...
We don't know if he's dead.
No, he's dead. Do you guys know he's dead? I'm trying to remember.
Not necessarily.
Well,
We know he went and he never came back.
Well, that was his own. That's a hell of his own making. Honestly, I would rather not hang around in Goblin Land. It's not a place I want to be, especially if time and space are fungible, and we show up like 200 years after we left.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
We all have to move quickly and get back before we're stuck here. Just look at this
Alright.
nonsense, and I just like point to a floating rock. See? Unnatural.
Jump through the portal, you
What
find
the hell is
yourself on
this?
a knoll and JFK caravan passing by.
Okay. Well, forget what his name was, like Joe Dog or something, but your guide will take you back into the swamp again. It's a familiar place. You've been there 3 times now. And we're going to roll to see what happens.
Oh boy.
I know. How much fun is that?
How big of a goblin ambush?
You find yourselves in a coma.
Exactly. Right. Let's roll a D100. And we're going to say there's like a 45% chance that this goes well. So naturally that means on a 45 or less, you guys are back home where you belong. 30. Congratulations. Okay.
Hey.
So luck is with you. The worlds are aligned for enough time that as you pass through the goblin, the Fion leader will lead you through and get you back to the place where you still feel you think you're in creepy woods, but he shakes his head and says, like, no, we are now in your realm. I can feel it. It gives me the it's just uncomfortable and creepy. So, and sure enough, after a few more, after about a league or so of hiking, you start to feel normalcy return to the land around you. Where would you guys like to head and reconvene now? Remember, you're not with Adris and his crew yet, so that's, I guess, the first question.
Yeah, we should probably go find Adris.
Right. I remember them running back to the south, so they might still be around here.
Did they say where they were going?
No, I
No,
believe it
they
was just
ran.
panic and run away.
Okay, well,
It was a fight.
we should be able to track them because
It is a large group.
there was a large group and they weren't hiding their tracks, and we're skilled trackers. In fact, I forget
Indeed.
which one of us is the better searcher.
I believe I actually have tracking now.
Oh, then you are, because I don't. Wait, do I have tracking? I don't think I do.
Yep,
Have
and
I
I have
not?
2 different dice to search that are D8s, and if it's say mind and searching, that's a D10 and a D12 for tracking. So I have
Okay, yeah.
4
I
big
don't-
dice. I'm
I-
gonna choose rote 2.
I don't actually. Yeah, I don't actually. Well, that's never mind. I'm never mind. Just never mind.
Mm-hmm. And I said nothing. Okay.
No assist bonus from me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you
So,
can rote
rote
for 2
2.
successes.
I'm too disoriented from my time in a place where
Yeah.
up and down and the 6 dimensions are meaningless.
Madness. Sheer utter madness. Okay. Well, so 2 successes is the results of a skilled searcher, so it's fairly easy to pick up on the tracks of Adris and his party. After all, there are quite a lot of them, and they left in quite a hurry through a swamp, which leaving noticeable marks. So you pick up on the trail fairly quickly, and you're able to catch up to them in pretty good time as well. So you'll find their camp a safe distance away, and you guys are reunited, still in Phaelon territory.
I have questions.
Yeah.
The
Questions.
Druid Curse goal, that comes from their negotiations with Hammerwing, right?
Yeah, so this was part of the deal that you struck for the Rinaldi sword. Currently, Anushka is acting on her honor. Apparently, Hammerwing is a stickler for that kind of thing. But he believes that she'll be true to her word. There's a lot of discussion of honor. So, yeah.
Right, so they come back and they tell me about this. And what is the Druid Curse?
So the Druid's Curse, apparently there is a gate that bridges Goblin world with mortal world. Somewhere in the Phaelon territory that this Hammerwing says that he would use to transfer over, I guess. And apparently there's a druid that has placed a curse on the site that has basically closed the portal. So he wants you guys to find this druid, or not find the druid, but reverse the curse somehow. So if you can figure out a way to do that without a druid, you don't need one, but
Guys,
it would require locating the site first.
Guys, do we really need the Rinaldi sword?
I mean, the
We
other
have
thing
it
is
right here.
you
Rinaldi
have it.
sword.
Okay, so now you're
We
on your
could,
honor
in
to...
fact, we could, in fact, draw the ire of goblins, never follow through on this, and fear for our lives every day of our life.
Well, I mean, you guys would have to,
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm just thinking that this is probably not a good thing to do, and... I mean, let's unleash the goblins upon innocent people.
I do believe Anushka tapped her honor for this too, didn't she?
Well, she employed her honor. I think if she breaks that, she would probably have to tap her honor. I forget the exact wording. I can look it up. But yeah, honor is funny in the way that it if you do something dishonorable or if you break your oath, I imagine it goes away until you do something to regain it.
Right.
Yeah, just bringing it up. This in conversation. Yeah, we made a deal. We got the Rinaldi sword, but all we have to do is unleash monsters onto the countryside. So,
Right. I mean, it was the other stipulation. What he wanted was for you to teach him the secrets of Calabrese forging and gun making.
Yeah,
And
I said I
they
don't exactly
said-
know that. I just know where they
Yeah.
do it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, we still haven't defeated the Chevronnets that control the iron mines, right?
Not yet.
No.
We
well-
hadn't defeated. We just merely sent aid in that direction.
yeah, we helped them.
Yeah, that's something that's going on without you, whether or not
And we
you're
have-
there for it.
And we haven't successfully removed the druid curse. We were just talking about that.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
So
Um,
yeah,
I'm
but
just
we-
saying that you guys came back and said this, and it's like, I don't think we should do that. That's bad.
that seems like a bad thing to do.
Well, I can't think of any reason to equip the goblins other than I hate the monarchy more, but so
Okay, sorry.
But will
I have to.
Anushka go back on her honor here?
So here's the thing: the wording of honor is even stricter than I expected. It's the very first thing. There's a special tapping where if you ever act dishonorably, exhaust this gift. You cannot refresh this gift until you have
I
redressed
haven't
the wrong
acted
that
dishonorably.
has
I
caused
had
your
audience.
dishonor. No. I'm not saying you have, but we were discussing the possibility of you guys just bouncing and not following through and taking the
I
sword.
didn't
and
swear
that would
on
be
my
the-
honor I would follow through with that task. I swore on my
I
honor
thought you had.
that
was
I would
my
have audience
question.
with their master.
Oh, so that was your use of honor. I
My
was
use
under
of
the
honor was to
impression.
get this sword, and I got this sword. Now they're telling, and for the audience, now they can tell me, well, we want you to give state secrets away. It's like, my honor is to return this sword to the Rinaldi. That's my honorable duty.
Mhm.
So that was okay. That was
Specifically,
the-
not the Rinaldi, to our friends.
right.
I
So
thought, oh, yeah, who are we returning this to?
Specifically the what was the group called again?
the
I have it
Children
right
of the
here.
Shade.
Children of the Shade.
Who we consider to be the proper inheritors of.
Somebody
Right.
does,
Or the
obviously.
custodians of it. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, more or
Because-
less.
because
They're
I
looking
let
for
this-
the proper.
I let the sword get lost. I came back for that. That's what my honor was for, was to get this back. It's not exactly honorable for me to say, hey, I'm here to get the sword back. All I need you to do is give me state secrets from a different nation. It's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
No, that's
Oh,
true.
okay.
What you did agree to, though, I'll
Mhm.
remind you, and you did not tap your honor in this case, or you did not invoke it, but the way I recall is you did agree to do this task for Hammerwing of opening
He's
this gate,
going to
right?
enforce that with the power of goblins, which I fear more than losing my honor.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
And that's the thing, is that, whether or not you would lose this gift,
I
if
have
you
to
break
find
his word.
somebody. I would have to find somebody willing to give them, or I can follow through with the letter of this, which is all I have to do is return with a book that describes how to do everything he asked for. When he says he can't read it, I could say that's not my fault.
I mean, sure, you could try to worm your way out of it that way.
Worming your way out of Geases and that type of protection is extremely Celtic.
It's Celtic as fuck.
Celtic as fuck. So, because what does he expect me to do? I don't know. Learn how to forge and then come back. But
Well, again, remember that has been dropped. He asked you guys for the forge secrets, and you kind of said we don't have those. We can't give them away. So
Well,
really, what you're on the
vaguely describe what they are. But I don't know.
you did a pretty good job for.
I'm gonna keep looking out. I'm gonna keep looking out for it because, if I can get in those secrets, I will. But right now,
Interesting.
we can return this for. We can return this. And we don't exactly know how to get rid of the druid curse, do we?
So yeah, that's the thing.
We need
I
go
just
and
want to
beat
make
up
sure
the
this
druid,
is.
apparently.
Yeah, I just want to make sure this is clear because I feel like you're missing. that deal was kind of on the table, and you guys said no, and he said, okay, well, I've got a counter offer then. And the counter offer is there's this portal, it's been blocked by a druid. If you guys can open the portal, then that is worthy of getting this sword. And you said, like, you know what? Yes, if that's the deal, we can do that for you. And then he said, okay, you seem like you talk a lot about honor, because during that conversation you were talking a lot about honor. And he said, so you can take this sword. I trust you to hold up your end of the bargain. That's where I was getting the honor.
Oh, that makes sense. And also because that's all I have to negotiate with, because I'm not blooded.
Right, and the important part of this for me is that you guys have the sword, you completed the goal, you got your XP, you are effectively scot-free. You could just run, and you could just not deal with this if you don't believe that goblins will be coming for you, because they will.
We can look into the druid curse.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm saying you guys come back, tell me about all this. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good thing to do.
Well, I'll see what we can do about this. Where do we have that marked on the map?
You don't have any real information about this gate outside of the fact that it exists.
He didn't like give us an idea of like where it was at all.
He told us to remove a curse, but didn't tell us where it was.
He told you that there was a druid who was responsible, and he'll say that this person could be found within the Phaelen tribes. So yeah,
somewhere in the northwest quarter of Calabria.
Yes, somewhere in
a landscape that people keep telling me is small, but I would like to point out is larger than the United Kingdom.
Somewhere like in this area.
Square is larger than the United Kingdom.
Yeah, somewhere in here. Here's about.
So, yeah. Sorry, I would get reviewers who say there's not enough room for adventure, and it's like, have you heard of Robin Hood? How about King Arthur? They take place in the same place. Yeah, just there. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I think we would have more success giving this blade back to the Children of the Shade and dealing with the iron mines, because we actually know where the hell that is.
Mm-hmm.
As much fun as it would be to take you guys tromping around a place where you don't speak the language or blend in with the locals in any way.
Well, we already helped them with the iron mine.
Thank you.
So it's interesting, right? Because we got some overlapping stuff happening here. The iron mine, the Baron Meldgard is attacking the Chevernays to take their territory, to take the iron mine, which happens to coincide with the same kind of geographical area as this necromantic circle.
Well, I just mean that we've already accomplished that goal. We've already helped them. Not Milgard. Lord Ashton Bennett sent forces to reinforce Baron Milgard's in the attack. Just remember, that's why we went there first, because it was time-based.
So can we mark that goal off then?
We already did.
Yeah, that goal is
I
done.
forgot to mark it off. All right. Well, holy crap. Well, the only goal I have left is removing the Druid curse. We have anything else we want to do?
We'll remove the necromantic circle in the Rothos Mountains is a goal that we have.
So you guys have decided to just not do it. Is that what I'm understanding?
The Druid circle? I mean, I'm going to say here, y'all know I love 5 experience, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to delete that from my thing.
I'm not going to do it. We have at least 18 leagues of Phaelen domain, give or take. And then another 18 leagues of Chevernay's domain. Perhaps on the way there, we'll meet someone who can give us more information than a druid in Phaelen domain.
Right, that's fair.
I mean, for me, this is the equivalency of you guys not wanting to attack a sacred grove. For me, this is just bad idea. Not gonna do it.
No, it sounds to me like it sounds to me like a bad idea, but also like when he just tells us a druid in Phaelen domain, that would be like saying, a lord in, Avatar to me. It's like, okay, thanks.
Yep. Though I guess, real quick, hey, Gar, you were in Mount Grimart recently. Did you happen to see the Children of the Shade there?
I don't remember it being described to me if I saw it or not.
You did,
They
actually.
were
see.
ideally going to arrive there, or such was their plan. I hope that they arrived there safely. Because
So
it
I'm
would be
just
nice to
hearing
return the
now that
sword to them.
apparently I did see them.
You did recognize Frederick, the little owl.
Wait, I now remember. We had a whole conversation that I've never met them before. So
That's right.
you told me that they were there, and then I had, I've never met them before, so...
You wouldn't have... you did...
You saw them at their execution?
You would, yeah. You recognized the owl from him being about to be executed.
Okay, so the one guy. I saw
the one guy you recognize. Yeah.
Frederick.
Ah, good. Then they're in safe hands, at least.
Well, he was operating under a fake name, but sure, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think they're under
I
there.
saw Maurice up there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maurice.
close enough for them, honestly. That's the best they can get.
Maurice. So I mean, at least it seems like they're on their way to accomplishing their mission. I was going to, just as we were talking about goals, before we get too far away, offer another goal, which is get the Rinaldi sword into the hands of the Children of the Shade.
Then, in that case, since we do have, like I already said, we have at least 11 leagues of Phaelon territory to leave, and then we can get into the mountains, go up to Mount Grimart, and say hello to our friends, and maybe actually plan to deal with that necromancy business.
11 leagues.
Well, that was for Rafferty's measurement, so I'm just rolling with it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
national borders being nebulous as they are, I guess it could be anywhere.
I mean, yeah. I would assume that they would control all the way up to the river, but hey, there's timber to be had, so we'll find out. Plus, also remember, it's not against the law if you're Phaelon to go rob from the Doloro, because the Doloro are not part of Phaelon law.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how this works. Sorry, lately, I've been on my kick of like, people just aren't labeled good or evil. It's like they do this because they can get away with it. People commit crimes that they think they can get away with. If they commit a crime they can't get away with, they don't get away with it. So we'll just track. By the way, that also means that if anyone attacks us while we're here, we are outlanders, which means if, anyone comes to enslave us or kill us, no one will avenge us, which is what makes us choice targets.
Wonderful.
Well, that's how that works.
Yep.
That said, I don't think we look very robbable. I mean, Aspergar over there probably looks like he's got a believable ransom, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it also means that we need to be careful of one of my favorite things in Ironclaw, being careful of the stragglers. How many followers do we have right now?
I want to see that played, by the way. Don't kill me. I've got a bounty. Alive.
Right. That's what you shout before they, get you.
Not for me, obviously. I've got the noble ransom. I mean, you three. You've got bounties. I hope for alive.
Yes. That's also, I suppose, that's also a way of insurance.
Don't kill me. I'm worth more alive.
My bounty's not a whole gold bar.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I've committed way worse crimes.
Was it Connor's that was a whole gold bar?
Connor has a whole gold bar. Not to say that, Connor, you've not committed enormities against the crown. I mean, we all agree with that, but
I think it's more that you tout them a lot.
But I don't have a bounty that large, so
Sure. But I mean, what have you done lately?
We'll have to work on that. She did kill Della Vega.
I know, but you also, I think Connor is like going around touting it, which makes it more sound like I killed De La Vega.
Well, he does have noble title, and that makes it a bit more embarrassing, whereas I'm just no one from nowhere.
Yeah, there's no way De La Vega got killed by some commoner. It must have been the other noble.
Well, I'm in his entourage. I mean, I do swear. I mean, basically, like I'm also fond of saying, the followers who follow us around, like they think of themselves as full-fledged PCs. We don't have the word PC branded on our forehead to these guys. They think they're player characters in this entire story too. So by extension, people would assume Connor, and his entourage, of which I am a part. And this guy shoved up the doctor here.
Yep, that's why y'all got bounties.
And as for how many people I have with me, I believe it's 7
So you've got 7. And Gar, how big is your entourage?
total.
Should we re-roll right now?
The thing is, you're right. Right now, you're still kind of out in the woods.
Yeah. I don't think we've had time to refresh it.
It would be unlikely to
I don't know.
run
Just
into.
we had that one conversation a while back about who should be rolling every day. So it's just
Yeah.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna ask if we would say we shouldn't be rolling every day. We should only be rolling when something eventful happens. It should be you roll and people show up, and then you can. If people have a reason to leave, they would leave.
Again, I'm not commenting. I'm just pointing out that that's something we said already. So this
No.
is not a discussion point. This is me reminding. So,
And I would say that in a game where people cared less about their irregulars, I probably would have them roll every session. I think that's the language in the book. And then just, say, oh, today you've got 4 random, rangers, and today, you lost 2 of them, but you picked up a camp follower. I don't know. But the fact is that you guys have put a lot into these, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to have. It might make sense to have them wander off, but it would make less sense to have the same people or equally trained people wander back to the group. So,
then the question
yeah.
is, I have 11 plus Winter. Do you have 7, Connor?
7 including Connor.
Oh, okay. I would say I thought you only had 4 followers. I'm like,
5 followers, 1 Potter, and 1 Connor.
right. See, I'm not counting. All right, I have 11 followers, then Winter and myself, if I'm counting myself. And I guess Colette is out there by herself.
Colette is there with you guys. So you have, right, in addition, you have Colette, you have Lily the Whip, the white rabbit who is following the dock around with her 2 guards, the Bisclevray soldiers. Colette is kind of quiet and seems torn. She seems adrift right now. The fact that you guys are all in the woods, she's basically just following along quietly.
Altogether, we're a party of 28 then.
Okay, so right. So on the one hand, we are formidable. There's 28 of us. Also, side note, holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, my
we are
11
almost
plus
the size
me and
of
Winter, Connor's 7, including Connor, you 3, Lily the Whip and her 2 guards, Colette. Yeah, 28 of us all together.
We are almost the size of a D&D party from first edition. We're still too small.
What?
Well, no one's fired any hirelings yet, so.
Yeah.
We're still surrounded by friends.
Yes.
A lot of hirelings.
You get followers in that game. There are follower rules. All right. So on the one hand, we are formidable, which means on the one hand, people will look at us and say, okay, there's 28 of them. Let's not mess with them. On the other hand, we want to make sure there are no stragglers. We're going to be going through woods, through foreign lands, which doesn't have signposts, but may have rocks carved with weird symbols on them, which, by the way, I can't read. I can only speak Berlafine. I can't read Ogham. So, because that's a separate literacy gift. So, yeah. So we won't be able to read any weird signs or anything like that. So, I would be more worried about one or two of our stragglers. There might be, because remember, we don't have just the Phaelen to worry about. There's also Fiakullan, the Skribara, Kelyater, and other tribes out here. So if one or two people like linger behind or wander off to go make water in the meadow or something like that, someone might decide, hey, that guy's carrying 12 pounds worth of steel. That's way better than this wood I'm carrying. So we just need to, watch out for that. And your crew, Gar, your crew was what? Crusaders?
No, my crew is an assorted mix.
Okay, so you're well. The alchemist we don't want to lose.
I have a couple soldiers, a couple doppelsoldiers. I have hunters, rangers, bodyguards, and alchemists. I have one inquisitor.
Oh, great. Make sure he doesn't wander off and do anything he's going to regret. Or she, I forgot to ask. I apologize for that.
She.
Yeah, make sure she doesn't make trouble with the locals. I would be a little worried about that. And Connor, your entourage is also mostly militia and soldiers?
I have a bandit, snitch, robber, and 2 militiamen.
Oh, yeah. Bandit, snitch, and a robber walk into a bar. They're politely asked to leave. Yeah, okay. So we look like a small army. Now we have the opposite problem where because we look like a small army, we need to make sure that they don't marshal another army to come get us. Because we look at us. We look like a raiding party. Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, like those guys are professional thieves. Those guys over there are armed to the teeth. Like doppelstoldners. Holy crap. That means they have 2-handed swords.
Yeah.
So, I'm not worried, let's just be cool. We'll do counts. We'll just be watchful. I say we take a nice slow pace and try not to leave anyone behind. Does that work, or are we low on food?
You guys probably have provisions. I mean, have you been tracking them?
For quite a long while since I've been robbed, I've been running on 0. So I've literally been running off the land. And that hasn't been a problem until, say, we actually hit the mountains.
Well,
I'm trying to think.
It's also a problem here because we don't own the land or know which are the commons and which aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what?
Our mere existence here could be committing crime. We're already trespassing. Now you guys want to steal as well? That's poaching.
Yeah,
right.
No,
Wow.
that's kind of my MO.
The one who's running with a bunch of thieves, and the other one who's literally calling himself a gang. Robbing from people, though? God.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm saying we are doing it. So
I'm saying we probably have to.
right. Well, that also I'm just going to suggest watch yourselves because I mean, like now we have to be worried. So if we meet anybody, I just want to caution everyone: we meet anybody, we are the bad guys. So I'd like to negotiate first before we start killing everyone we meet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So
does that sound? So tell your men that whether they listen to you or not is a question of how your leadership skills go. But we're going to have to get to Vasquez, and we're going to have to dump a lot of money.
there is I'm gonna say you guys provisioned up at Ashton's, Lord Ashton's fort.
Oh yeah.
Right, so you probably had provisions for your search through Phaelon lands, but probably not provisioned to then trek into the mountains as well. So you're good, but you will want to.
Well, why don't we just head back to his place, real quick?
Where is Ashton on the map?
The Baron.
He
right
is
down
this
under
circle
Harrogate.
down.
But
down
I mean,
here.
we also got to get Lily the Whip back. We might as well escort Lily the Whip back.
You
And
know,
her guards.
we should go to Lord Ashton's place because there would be people there who will take our coin. That's one of the big problems is we can't spend money in Phaelon domain because our money Like when you try to spend New Confederacy dollars in New Vegas and they always rip you off.
Yup.
Like worse than that.
Well, Lily had the job of escorting us around the territory, and now that we've done our job here, we might as well escort her back. And and just inform that we're done here. We're heading off in a different direction.
Yeah, and that should only be 15 leagues through hilly trees.
Or 8 leagues.
Hilly trees or tree-ish hills.
We could be done in a day.
Hey.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's let the orchestral music rise up in the background. Wait, no, screw your orchestral music, your 2000s CGI epics. We're going to do this 1970s Rankin Bass style.
It's time for the long panning shot as we walk.
It's the greatest adventure that's ever been told. Sing with me.
There's a
road goes ever onward.
There we go.
Okay. Well, I rolled another random encounter D100. You guys got a 93. Really bad roll.
Yeah, you mean one of those T-Rexes. You know there's an Ironclaw random encounter generator, right?
What? Where?
Oh, I can't wait till they hit that group of gemacular cultists.
Yeah, hold on. It's...
We come across our doppelganger party, a group of 30 people with 2 nobles, one in hiding, a priest,
here we go.
and...
I dropped the URL.
Yeah.
And I should probably drop it in the Roll20 as well.
I don't think it... Did you ever update it for your new Book of Adventures stuff and everything like that? Not Book of Adventures, Book of Monsters.
It doesn't have any monster encounters with it, no, because monster encounters should be purposeful and not random.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is that we're off the road, though. So
I mean, it could be updated. I'm Red. Keep your random encounter table and use whatever you say fits. This is the Ironclaw one.
Right.
This is cute though. I like it.
I'm just mocking because I believe the vast majority of them are you're on the road and you encounter. That's like, well,
some of them just say our people are traveling in the opposite direction.
We're in the wilderness. Where are you going?
The opposite.
Well, there's yeah. There's people in the wilderness as well.
I mean, by definition, you'd run into people traveling the opposite direction. Because traveling the same direction, you wouldn't catch them.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
They would stop to make camp, and you would decide not to, and you run across a camp of.
Okay, I when I update this, I will also add you overtake.
Good. Okay. Well, so. As you begin heading south, those of you who are a little more eagle-eyed or keen of ear or nose will realize that you are not alone, that you are being followed, and that from several spots around you, there are what appear to be Phaelen scouts. They have not approached you, and it seems like they're doing their best to stay hidden and stealthy, but you are certainly being watched. And after about a half a day of travel, you can hear the distinctive barking coughs of the raptors. I forget exactly what they're called, but the small sort of dog-sized.
Yeah, you can call them raptors. That's what they are.
Yeah. The carnivorous dinos that you have seen.
The small one.
The small ones. They fight in packs, and I think you've seen them be used as trained attack monsters by the Chroma bandits.
Yes, they can be trained.
Right. So, basically.
Okay.
You're not sure what's going on, but those of you with danger sense get a feeling that you are being either escorted out of the Phaelen territory or perhaps, being tracked and waiting for reinforcements for a large grand ambush.
Well, I assume that, if they're animals, they're probably this is why I said, watch yourself if you wander off to go make water or whatever, because though if we're being stalked by dinosaurs, they're gonna wait and pick off one or two of you by yourselves rather than take all 30 of us on.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So they would
They're
come
looking
in,
for weakness within the pack.
right. They would come in, kill one of you, and then leave, and then wait patiently to see if we just like drag the corpse off with us or not. People dragging, well, that's what you do. You come in, you weaken one, and then if you meet any resistance, run off. And I'm not too worried about me. I'm worried about these guys.
Actually,
you need to tighten up. And
this might be. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking this might be crazy. We're dealing with a huge freaking group here, but I kind of want like a group, not like a group, but like a low roller for endurance, right? To see who can't hold the bladder.
Would be to have all of us roll, and then whoever gets the lowest on endurance is the straggler, or whoever rolls the lowest on observation is the target. I mean, that would make sense to me.
So let's do it, I suppose.
So we're doing body and endurance?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I would say anyone could include
literally
hiking with
everybody.
this.
Yup.
I would make the PCs roll, and then if the PCs roll poorly, then you worry about the henchmen.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's say if you're the low PC roller, if they have henchmen, we'll have their henchmen roll for them. Not in this case. I think strength is like a specific.
This would probably be hiking.
Exertion.
Yeah,
hiking
could be. This would be hiking. Strength applies in the fact that you can carry more stuff without being encumbered.
I thought strength did apply for hiking.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I did really well this time.
I only rolled a 7.
I got a 9, so it's not gonna be me.
Not me. Let me just.
Wow, it might be me.
Check. I don't think strength will.
You have to just roll higher than me.
There you go. Connor looking good with an 8. And that just leaves Atris.
Yeah, no, I'm just checking.
Yeah, I'm looking up strength, sorry.
Strength applies to climbing. I thought
hiking. Strength usually doesn't apply to endurance. It's usually for short-term stuff.
That's what I was thinking too.
Doesn't matter how strong you are. It matters how long you can keep going.
No, you can also carry more weight.
You're encumbered.
You might understand that I was double checking before I rolled because I'd rather make that known.
Okay.
Yeah, it says you can carry more and hit harder.
And then throw in the strength die later if it actually mattered. Turns out I'm the lowest roller.
Even Adris has an ace.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, Anishka.
Okay. Well, hey. There might be a moment where I would want some privacy.
Wait, what did you roll, Anishka?
I only have a 7.
Okay. Sorry, the endurance doesn't count. I gotta delete that shit off my thing.
Okay.
All I have is the body of 8.
You still rolled higher than me.
Yeah, that's why I want to double check.
So it happens. So I suppose I am separated from other people. Like I said, the most common reason would be for elimination. And that's when you pull up your skirt and go, oh, this has gone very badly.
Right. You try to gauge the exact distance where you will be far enough away from the party for them not to catch any embarrassing noises, but also but also not so far that you would be a target yourself. The good news is that you finish your business. The bad news is that as you, rearrange everything and begin to set off, you can hear the tightening of a bowstring behind you, and you see one I don't. Feral warrior might not be politically correct, but one warrior carrying a bow. And at their heel, you can see a snarling raptor that is biting at the air in sort of excitement, waiting for some kind of signal.
When I see him, how far away is he?
We're gonna say he is within short range, so about
Okay.
12 paces.
He has won the initiative. I assume he is going to aim and shoot at me, right?
He's not. I think he is going to try to not negotiate, but yeah, force a focus turn with like a reason stunt.
Okay, so or you could attempt to scare me, which would make me afraid and make me run away. So
Yeah, scare would be the stunt.
surrender, right? He wants me to surrender.
Exactly.
Okay. Crap, because he's got me there. Because I would actually want to listen to him. What language is he speaking?
He's speaking the Burlethine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So he asks me to surrender. How does he know I speak Burlethine? But he's going to try. You know what? Go ahead and roll. I got focus. I'll go ahead and let you roll.
Okay, we're looking body, will, and presence. He does not have any
body, will, and
presence.
presence if you're scaring me.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you afraid so that you are. Yeah, so that you're scary or you're scared. You can't counterattack. You can be taken and dragged away. If you have any concealment,
lay down your arms and surrender, I think is what he's trying to get me to do.
Yeah, lay down your arms and surrender.
Focus.
He's going to take a bonus D8 from his raptor buddy. So here comes 3D8 at you.
Does outnumber me.
Oh, nice.
I have rolled higher. I bought up my will trait, you bastard.
And it shows.
So
now you're free to choose to surrender instead of being forced to.
It's only him and a raptor. I can freaking fly. I don't know how many other guys are with him either, because I can only see him, right?
You can only see him, yeah.
Well, I have focus. So if he says he asked me to surrender, it's my turn. I start my turn with focus. That gives me a free chance to try and see people. Because if you focus, you get a chance to see stuff. So let's see if there's anybody around.
Mind and observation, right?
Yep.
Hey, nice.
And that extra D12 is the danger sense. So if there are people here who mean me harm, I never sold back danger sense.
Nicely done. Okay.
That's like 3 successes. Like, how many people are here?
Yep. So you can tell that there are 2 other bowmen hiding in the woods around you, that you're kind of surrounded. They're loose enough formation that you could possibly slip through between 2 of them if they were reloading or something. You can also tell that there's 1 more raptor.
Yeah.
But you can also fly. I mean, that's the other thing. I
know. And it's like, well, I guess he asked me to surrender. It's like, today I'll do you a kindness because I'll let you live. Crap. All right. I hate to do this, but you guys have tipped my hand. All right. I have focus, which gives me 3 actions this turn. I'm going to guard, quick draw a pistol, tap the sorry, not just guard. I'm going to tap the rapid guard, which gives me extra guarding action. Sudden draw, quick draw the pistol, tap the rapid aim, and shoot your raptor. Your raptor gets an extra D12 to their dodge due to range, because I am not a sharpshooter.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh, no, you're lucky. The gun didn't fire.
So, but it's clear that you were going to. The gun is spinning.
I pull the gun out. Well, the gun's still in the hand. I pull the trigger, it hangs fire, and then with my last action, because I actually get freaking 5, I am going to take to the air and fly away.
Technically, you haven't done any of your actions yet.
Well, that's one of them. That's the attack action. The gun didn't go off.
Right, the attack, and then move. Okay, I would say, because you've done gift actions.
Well, there's still
actions for everything. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've taken free actions, basically.
Yeah. Well, rapid aim, rapid guard. Yeah, I'll take to the air.
Okay.
And Yeah, I'll take to the air and recharge flying fighter because that's the one that I care the most about, and that's it. So I have a sparking gun at the end of next round. We'll see if it goes off.
Right. So they both have the remaining Theon who did not try to scare you focused as well. So they're going to interrupt your flight by trying to shoot you.
All right.
Okay. So here we go. First guy's rolling 2d8.
Not even a loud noise. Sorry, Gar, that's what I was hoping for. I will dodge the first one.
Nice. And we're doing it for the second one as well. Fwacha! Got my 8.
I will dodge the second one.
All right. Okay. In that case, 2 arrows whiz by you as you take to the air.
I've done the kindness.
And it is now my action. So I've got a bunch of these guys.
You guys could reload and shoot me with unaimed shots.
Right. And they are going to reload. Do they want to shoot you with unaimed shots? I think they're going to need that aim if they want to hit you, but then on your next turn you can run.
Right. Well, hey, 2 of them could take unaimed shots and the third guy could aim.
Oh, that's right, because the third guy didn't fire his arrow. Okay, so let's start with the unaimed shots.
The guy who didn't shoot his arrow could recover from reeling because he tried to scare it.
That's right, it was a stunt.
If I
one of the other ones could maybe rally him.
You could say, "Don't let her get it." One of them could turn around and aim and turn around and say, "Don't let her get away."
We're gonna do that. Let's see if he can get it. 5. Okay.
He does. That guy gets 2 actions. He should aim and shoot me.
And he's gonna aim and shoot. So a D8 and a D12. We got a 5 and we got an 8. And you got a 10. And again, okay.
I'm a bat. I have my speed is D12, and I'm
nice.
guarding.
Very nice.
So
and you're guarding.
Fire. Don't let her get away.
Okay.
You let her get away. It's all your fault.
Okay, cool. The raptors will run out into the clearing and are leaping at your heels and snapping. But I imagine when you take flight, I think you...
Well, at the end of their round, the gun goes off.
Nice,
so
okay.
I'm shooting this raptor.
Cool, okay. The raptor is dodging.
You are dodging. You should get an extra D12 for range.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Let's just roll the D12 because I don't have the raptor stats up. Might be, but let's see. Well, I gotta get those up.
Their dodge is either 2d8 or 3. I mean, are they... I think if they're elite raptors, their dodge is 2d8.
Okay, let's go with that. We'll roll 2d8.
That's always my advice. Okay.
Right, okay. Screen's the 7.
Out the 7, which is what you wanted to do. You are shot for a whopping 4 points of damage, which you could survive. And it makes a loud noise.
There we go. Okay. And these guys have a soak. Sorry, I am pulling up the stat block because you really just
oh my gosh, loud noise. Anushka's in danger.
I mean, if they're elites, their unarmored soak is probably 2d8.
Right. It's just D8. Okay. So they soaked one of them. 3. That's going to send it with a wound basically fleeing. Yeah, it's limping into the woods.
I was originally hoping to overkill it so these guys would lose their nerve. Instead, you guys just back at camp hear a gunshot. And I guess whoever was watching me says, "I'm totally watching Anushka."
What? She snuck off?
I didn't sneak off. I went to pee. You were supposed to be my pee buddy.
All right. You are flapping wings and rushing back to the camp, I assume.
Yes.
You've got these Phaelon warriors at your, chasing you back, but they stop just outside of, bow range, essentially, from the rest of the group. They don't seem interested in trying to take down your entire, what even is this? It's like a party in the literal sense. 30 people is it's like a traveling circus, essentially, and there are not enough of them to reliably take you all down, especially since many of you guys are strapped with weapons. So they just kind of, when you turn back, Anushka, you can see them glowering at you from the trees.
Yeah, shaking fists.
If it wasn't clear before, you are unwelcome here.
I figured as much, but I'm going to head back to the main group. Going to have words with my Peabody. You had one job. There were 3 of them, and they had a dinosaur with them.